Meanwhile, Delta Airlines just reporting, and Phil LeBeau joins us now with the numbers. Phil.
Robert, take a look at shares of Delta, the company reporting Q2 results that are better than expected, though remember, the estimates have come down quite a bit over the last several weeks. For the quarter, Delta earned $2.10 adjusted. That's better than the estimate of $2.05. Revenue coming in at $15.51 billion, a little better than the estimate of $15.48 billion. The metrics in the second quarter, year over year, listen to the comparison here. Revenue per seat mile down 3% compared to Q2 of 24. Cost per seat mile up 2.7% compared to the second quarter of last year. Q2 pre-tax margin of 11.6%. It was 13% last year. And free cash flow of $733 million. That compares to $1.24 billion in Q2 of last year. Here's where you see the difference in the business for Delta and the challenge really for all of the airlines in the second quarter. And it'll be the same challenge in the third quarter. Premium revenue, people are still paying up for the higher class classification seating for those tickets. Premium revenue up 5% in the second quarter of 2025, excuse me. Main cabin revenue down 5% compared to Q2 of last year. It's clear. The mass market is where you see the softness in pricing and the softness in demand. Full year guidance and Q3 guidance. Let's start first with Q3. EPS of $1.25 to $1.75. The street's at $1.31. Revenue expected to be 0, basically flat, to up 4% versus the street expecting an increase of 1.4% with a Q3 operating margin guide of 9 to 11%. The street right now is expecting 9.1%. And then there is the full year guidance. Remember, they pulled it after the first quarter because of the uncertainty of the trade wars and a lot of what was happening in terms of the policies from the Trump administration and what might happen with the economy. Now they've reinstated it, coming in at 525 to 625 for the full year. The street's at 539. I should point out, guys, they gave guidance in January of at least 735. So this is dramatically lower than where they were expecting the full year earnings to be back in January. Free cash flow remains for the full year an estimate of bringing in $3 to $4 billion. Don't forget, we're going to be talking with Ed Bastian, CEO of Delta. That's coming up a little after 7 o'clock. Guys, one thing I should point out, there is no specific mention about capacity for the third quarter and the second half of this year. So we'll talk with Ed about that. It's clear there's probably going to be some capacity coming out after the summer. The company has said that all along. How much? We'll talk with Ed about that, and we'll also talk about the pricing that is out in the market right now. Guys, we'll send it back to you.